your phone's charged, your phone's charged, your phone's charged. So now that everybody's phone's charged, guys, I am going to be doing my spoiler review of the original Captain Marvel from the DC Comics. Now, if you haven't seen this movie yet and you don't want me to completely destroy it in more ways than one, then please go and see the movie first and you're more than welcome to come back. Do not say I didn't warn you. Full of spoilers. Let's just get straight into it and here we go. Memory of a goldfish, and I have, the tendency to be very forgetful and sort of lose my train of thought, so I have everything that I want to say on my phone, so hope you don't mind. Wow, Shazam was an absolutely fantastic movie and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually went to go and see it on the 8th of April on my birthday and I was so happy that I really did enjoy it, and DC are absolutely killing it and really pulling it out of the park. I mean, we had the amazing Wonder Woman, which was such a fantastic stunning movie with Gal Gadot. Fantastic, she really was amazing. And then we had the wonderful James Wan's Aquaman last year there, and it is now DC's biggest movie ever. It's the biggest blockbuster movie for DC, and I just think that this movie ticked so many boxes for me, and it was full of fun and full of action, lots of amazing action scenes. And what I loved about it was so genius that this is why I loved it. They took a young teenager and turned him into such a really cool superhero, which for me is both great for, even young kids, teenagers, young adults and even older adults. I could have imagined, honestly, my mum sitting and really laughing at this movie. Honestly, I think that she would really love it. So, be good for anybody. And from watching the trailers of Shazam last year, I have did a reaction to all of the Shazam trailers from last year. And I honestly thought, and I knew I was convinced that I was going to love it. And I did. Because I love cheesy comedy, and it really put me in mind of, as it did a lot of people, from the very first trailer of Tom Hanks' movie Big. And if you haven't seen this movie and you love Shazam, oh my gosh, seriously, watch Big with Tom Hanks in it, and I have a funny feeling you're going to absolutely love it. And now that I've seen the movie, I have to say that's what I really loved, because I was getting that sort of nostalgia from it, and it was very nostalgic, and I really liked that. Made me feel really young again, even though I suppose I'm still young, I'm only 32, but you know what I mean. But the jokes, oh my goodness, were so on point, and the jokes and the action were really strong in this film. And that's also why I am a big Marvel fan, because, with Marvel movies, they always get the jokes on point and they get the jokes right and everything, along with the big action things, and they 100% pulled it out of the park for this movie. Seriously, DC, see what you're doing at the minute? Keep doing it. This is what you need to be doing it. Not like Suicide Squad. It was absolutely terrible. You see the way you're doing movies like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, this one, Shazam. Keep it up, and I will stay a fan forever, seriously. Now the story, I liked the story, didn't have any issue with the story. And it's easy to follow, so you don't need to have read the comics to understand the movie, If a friend of yours liked a good laugh and they like a good comedy, but they don't know anything about the comics, they can still go and see it. It's very easy to follow, honestly, guys, even for kids. And I've heard in some people's reviews that I have been watching that there's too much comedy in it and it was too comedic. I have to disagree strongly in my only personal opinion, because in my opinion I loved the comedy of the movie. It even had game references. This is what I really wanted to get to, because I love this. They had game references in the movie and I was laughing so hard because the foster kids were playing Mortal Kombat, and Shazam was playing with Freddy as Raiden, which is really interesting, the God of Thunder, because the reason that's cool is because Shazam and Raiden both can shoot lightning from their hands. And at the end as well, Shazam defeats Sylvana, Dr. Sylvana, and the kid Eugene says, "Fatality!" The thing I noticed is in the cinema that I was in, no one else laughed at any of those moments, which, obviously they didn't get it, but I got it and I thought it was really funny, and I was laughing so loud, guys, seriously. They were probably thinking, why is she laughing? What is so funny? So the story, of course, as you all know, because you have hopefully seen this. If not, what are you still doing here? The story, of course, was about Billy Batson, a foster kid who was played by Asher Angel. Now, I am going to talk a wee bit about him later on because I found out last night and I was so excited, and I have subscribed to his YouTube channel, which is Asher Angel. He actually sings, and as a lot of you might know, I sing, play the guitar, write songs and all that sort of stuff. I love music. He was a brilliant young actor, honestly. He really was. And he was actually a favourite of mine in this. And he keeps getting into trouble in the foster homes and gets taken in by the loving family of husband and wife, who also take in other foster kids. And Billy shared his room with Freddie, who, oh my goodness, was played by Jack Grazer, and he was also in the movie It. And if you haven't seen It, mind the pun, he is absolutely hilarious in that. And if you haven't seen it and you thought Freddie was funny in this, you'll love it. But if I have to be honest, Jack Grazer was even funnier playing as the character Freddie in this, way more hilarious. And overall, my favourite character was actually Freddie in this movie, and my second favourite was Billy. I'm going to go on to talk about the lead actor, Zachary Levi, who of course played the main character, the name of the movie, Shazam. But if I'm honest, he was my third favourite. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just say, like, you know, like Aquaman, Jason Momoa was my favourite, just for me personally. That DC movie, but this DC movie, the main character, Shazam, was actually my third favourite. But I'll kind of get to why. But let's talk about Zachary Levi. Absolutely loved his performance. He was fantastic as the original Captain Marvel. Sorry, I mean Shazam. And for me, his performance was really refreshing, because for me, guys, I said this a million times before in my trailer reactions and everything, that I haven't actually seen him in any other movies. So this was the very first movie that I had got to see him in. People are saying he was in like a comedy called Chuck or something like that. I keep getting recommended to watch it. So I will go on your recommendations, guys, and I will watch it because I love comedy. You know, like things like Friends and The Big Bang Theory and all that there. So if you think I'm going to like it, then I'm definitely going to give it a go, because he's a really good actor. First time seeing him. But what I loved about it, like I said in my trailer reactions, is it's nice when you see a lead character in a movie that you haven't seen in any other movies before, because you don't really know what to expect, and it is so refreshing to watch, and that's exactly how it was for me. And I think he fitted the role really well. You know, you could tell he was meant to play Shazam. He was very funny, and he is a good actor. But what was great about it was between the two, between the young boy who played Billy Batson and Shazam, which was played by Zachary Levi, between the two of them, the way they acted it out, I genuinely believed that it was still Billy Batson, if that makes sense. Like, I know that's what we're supposed to believe, but obviously they're two different actors. But I genuinely believed from those two actors that, oh, that's still him, that's still Billy Batson. And here's the thing, guys. Zachary Levi was actually in Thor. Okay, he was in Thor, and then he was killed by Hela. And he seems really humble, and that's what I love. Like, I watched an interview of him there, I think yesterday, and he was saying he was, you know, so happy that he was given the part, you know, and you could tell he felt really sort of humbled by it. As you know, some people, not even going to mention her name, you know, just expects roles and doesn't even appreciate it. You all know who I'm talking about, it, my favourite person. But yes, going on to why I loved Billy and Freddie so much. You know why? I absolutely loved the connection between those two, the way they done it and the way they portrayed their connection. Because it was more like Billy and Freddie were more alike than Billy Batson realised. And I don't think he realised that at first. And they both felt like a nobody, and they both felt invisible, like, you know, they had no friends or anybody cared about them in the world. And I loved seeing that lovely relationship, without sounding too cheesy, grow throughout this film. And Freddie even knew that Billy was stealing things from him, and he didn't even care. He was stealing stuff from like his drawer and things like that in his room, but he didn't even care, because that's the thing, Freddie just got him. He just got him, and he could understand and, you know, look further into it and realise the reason as to why he was doing it, because, you know, he's trying to like figure out, you know, where's his mum and what's going on and everything. So I thought that was really cool, and he understood it. And when the wizard turned Billy Batson into Shazam, the humour in that scene between him and the wizard was honestly really, really hilarious. And when he goes back to the house, when he's, you know, superhero Shazam, and he scares Freddie in the kitchen, he's just like doing the dishes, and he has like a page saying "Don't scream." That was hilarious. And then when he goes outside and realises that it's him in the suit, like he pretty much works it out straight away sort of thing, and he's like, "Whoa, what are your superpowers?" He's like touching and everything. He sees like the lightning and everything like that. It's so cool. And what's so awesome about that is that he's so in awe, and like a teenager would be. Like, you even imagine like a young kid seeing even someone dressed as Batman. Even I, like at my age, 32, I'd still find that really cool. Like, but not only is it just that he's transformed into a superhero, it's someone that transformed into a superhero that he knows, which makes it even more like awesome and beyond a cool experience for little Freddy. And honestly, then they're trying to find out, Freddy's trying to find out what his superpowers and everything is, and he says like, try to go invisible or whatever. And he's sort of just standing there trying it, and then he's only joking. He's like, "Yeah, you're invisible. Oh my gosh, you are invisible." And he's obviously not, and that's absolutely hilarious. And he's trying to figure out what his superpowers are, and they're sort of like doing it together, figuring out. And those scenes where they're trying to figure out what his actual superpowers are and what he can do and everything, because they're just so excited. He's like, "Oh my goodness, try this, try that. Oh my goodness, it's working. Oh no, it's not working." It's absolutely hilarious. And the part where they go into like the store, and there's like robbers and everything, and then Freddy goes, "Oh my goodness, I think you're bulletproof. Let me try and shoot you in the face." I say, "Oh no," but then he just goes, "Actually, do you know what? Yeah, try and shoot me in the face." What's so funny is they don't even know what could actually happen out of that, but they don't care because they're just beyond excited. And in that moment, you're not really thinking logically like this could actually kill him. They're thinking, "Oh, but he's a superhero, I'm a superhero, let's see if this works." It's so funny. And I thought the relationship between them honestly was so endearing, and they were, as I say, learning together and becoming really close friends. And Freddy's sort of telling him, "You have to believe," and he's being such, a good sort of support for him, and saying, "You have to believe you can fly." And when he's in the air and everything, he's like, "I believe I can fly, I believe I can fly." So he was very much like a big support to him in all of it, and he thought that it was really cool hanging out with this superhero that he knows. And Zachary even said in one of the scenes, I can't remember when, but he said to some girl, like, "Yeah, he's kind of like more like he's kind of like my manager." Imagine knowing someone who's turned into a superhero and hanging about with him. It'd be so cool. And one thing that I want to say that I wasn't really blown away by, and I've heard other people saying this too, so I wasn't on my own in this, is I didn't really like the villain, Dr. Savannah. He didn't really do anything for me. He didn't blow me away. He didn't make me feel I should feel afraid of this villain or I should be fearful of him. I mean, if you think, I know I'm going off on one, but like Jafar from Disney's Aladdin, he looks devious, he looks evil, and you are aware that he is a villain. And that's what a villain's supposed to do. He's meant to make you feel that way. And he didn't really make me feel any kind of way, to be honest with you. But, he opened up, the villain actually opened up the movie, but obviously it was played by a different actor, like a young kid, when he was younger. And he was chosen, he was the chosen one as Shazam, but the wizard had not chosen wisely. And the kid then was enticed by the 7 sins instead. And another thing I want to say is I did not like the office scene with the 7 sins and Dr. Savannah when he was walked into the office with his father and his brother. And the reason why is I thought it was just a bit much. I just thought it was just a bit crazy. I didn't like that part. And not only that, for the age criteria of the film, was like a funny scene between them. There's probably only really one kind of funny scene that I can remember. The rest is just kind of forgettable, where they're both sort of hovering in the air, and Dr. Savannah is like coming off of this really like sort of like hateful speech sort of thing, and Shazam's in the air just go like, "What? I can't hear you. What are you saying? Are you like trying to say something right now? Huh? What?" That was so funny. But at times, if I'm honest, his character, not a lot, but he was a wee bit annoying at times, if I have to be honest. And I thought that the ending of the movie was a bit drawn out, way too drawn out. Special effects, I'm not going to cry about this because it's not a big problem. But let's face it, if you want me to give my honest critique on special effects, the effects weren't like out of this world or anything, they weren't that amazing. But I didn't care. Honestly, did I care about it? Absolutely not. It's not something that I was sitting thinking about, because it didn't matter. It was a funny, cheesy movie, and that's what they were going for, and they succeeded, and I appreciated it. I loved the whole concept of the movie. Loved it. So it's not a big problem as long as it's a good movie and it has a good story. Even though the filling off the movie wasn't great, it doesn't really so much matter about special effects. But just like certain moments, like with the 7 deadly sins and things like that, like in the office scene and things like that, I kind of thought you might have been able to work a wee bit more in that, DC, in my opinion. There's a really small critique. I'm not complaining, just saying, if I could have been asked, when do you want this movie brought out, Julie, which wouldn't happen because, you know, who am I? I'm a nobody. When you wanted to be brought out, I would have said Christmas, you know. But let's face it, here's why they didn't. DC's smart. They know that Star Wars Episode 9 is coming out around that time, and they also know that Endgame is coming out at the end of April. So they kind of knew where they were going there. They wanted to get it out before Endgame because everybody's really hyped and talking about Endgame. Everybody's really hyped about Star Wars. You know, so I can see where they were going with that. I don't care, to be honest though, because I was happy that it was out on the 5th of April and I got to go and see it on my birthday, because that's one of my favourite things to do on my birthday, is go and see a film. So I'm not complaining, just saying it would have been even more ideal, if that makes sense, you know, because of the Christmassy sort of scenes and things like that, and it opens up kind of Christmas as well, you know, snow and everything, so Christmas trees, yada yada, right? So anyways, what I want to say really quickly, guys, is at this stage for DC, here's my thought and opinion. They have so many well-casted characters. Like, oh my goodness, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Perfect. Perfect choice. You have Ezra Miller as Flash, who was also actually in Crimes of Grindelwald, if anybody's interested. And Jason Momoa, who of course is from Game of Thrones and Aquaman. Don't know why I said it like that. And then we've got Henry Cavill as Superman. What an awesome Superman he was. And I think if DC want to somehow do some sort of a connected movie, something along those lines, they really need to get to it. They really need to jump on that train now, because, you know, let's face it, they're not going to stay the age they are forever. You know, everybody ages, everybody gets older. So I think it would be so cool, what do you guys think, to like do some sort of a connected movie with all of them, because they're really strong actors and they're all really good at playing the parts, the roles that they've been given. So I think that would be really good if all of them got a gig to do a movie together. Just do it. Just saying. Now I want to finish up with the things that I really loved about this movie. But before I do, I wanted to quickly say the kid who played Billy Batson, seriously, like, check out his YouTube channel. It's just his name, and his songs on YouTube. He actually plays the guitar and sings, and I was so excited because I was like, it's Billy Batson singing on YouTube. I was not expecting that, guys. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was really cool, and I actually hope that he continues to sing as well. And I have actually done acting myself, guys, in the past, so I suppose I could kind of like relate to him. Obviously I haven't been in movies, but unfortunately, I have did a ton of acting, and I've done acting grades. I have acting grades and things as well. So maybe if you guys are interested, you can let me know. Would you just like me to do like a couple of acting scenes or something like that? Maybe from like my favourite movies or something like that. You can give me ideas if you would like to see that. Might be a bit cringy, but you know, I'll try it. I'm crazy. I'm all for that. But I hope that he continues, because you know what, he's so talented, and I hope we see him in many more movies. It's kind of like the whole Tom Holland thing. He's playing Spider-Man at the moment. And these two kids are very talented, so I hope that, you know, they both continue to stay in movies, and I hope that he continues to be an actor when he's older, because I think that if he stays at the acting, kid, seriously, not that he's ever going to see this, but if you continue, you will be a big actor when you're older. That's my opinion, and same advice goes for Tom Holland, but like Tom Holland, he's Spider-Man, he's not going to watch my video. Why would he? I want to go on about the things that I really loved, and like I said earlier, what I loved the most was Billy and freaking Freddy together, and like testing the things out and everything, testing the waters of what he could do with his powers. Those scenes were just the best for me. I really loved, oh my goodness, the song Don't Stop Me Now came on by Queen. I can't remember the exact moment that it came on, because I've only seen the movie once, but I love, does anybody else not just love when one of their favourite bands comes on? It's not my all-time favourite band. My all-time favourite band is Guns N' Roses, But when that Queen's song came on, I was like, oh my goodness, awesome. And I really think it suited the movie to a T, because it's an upbeat song, it's a happy song, and this movie, it suited it really well. So I love when good songs are put into movies, because I hate when awful sort of like dubsteppy dance songs are just randomly thrown in there, or they put in like popular songs that are out now. Like if a Rihanna song's really popular, they'll be like, oh, you know what, we're going to just put this popular Rihanna song in there, like, no, and it's going to sound ridiculous. So loving the fact that they put in an old song, an old school song. And when the bullies didn't believe that Freddie knew Shazam, but Freddie was actually, I love the fact that Freddie was actually the one who had his own YouTube channel, and he was actually the owner of the YouTube channel who was actually putting up all of the videos, and he didn't even care that he wasn't getting any credit. You know, he wasn't like walking around the school and like bragging about it, because so many people would be so tempted, like bragging, that's my YouTube channel, come and I'll show you, like I'll type in the password, it's my YouTube channel. So that's what I really loved about that, and he was recording him in action, and he just kept it a secret, and he didn't care. He just cared about the friendship that they had. And I loved how Freddie was coming up with all them different names, and Shazam just didn't like any of them. He's like, yeah, his name's Captain Sparkle Fingers. And it was so classic how at the end of Shazam, when Shazam walks in and sits beside Freddie at lunch, and the bullies just can't believe it, and their faces are just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that they're sitting beside each other, what is going on, we were wrong. And then he said, oh, we're gonna have someone else joining us, pretty much. And he's like, what? And then Superman walks in, and that's so cool, because I can't remember the exact part, but I'm pretty sure there was a part in the movie where the bullies, when they were making fun of him, they were saying something about like, oh, what, was Superman going to turn up as well? Or they said, I'm pretty sure they said something about Superman, so that's what made it even funnier at the end, and even more like, really annoying for them. The thing is, you just seen a small part of Superman's suit, kind of like from here down. But what I didn't like about that was when I seen like Superman's suit, I was like, wow, it's going to be I think it's going to be Henry Cavill. I hope it's going to be Henry Cavill. This is going to be so cool. But no, they didn't have that happen. It was like a couple of seconds, and then it just ended. But what I think would have been funnier would have been if they had it as Henry Cavill, and then they had it done like a wee sort of like funny skit, even for like 30 seconds or something, for goodness sake, or a minute or so, and then maybe everybody in the school's like, oh, that's so funny what they just said, and oh, they're so cool, and like maybe people like lifting out their phones or something, or just, I don't know, something, and then sort of like do a quick couple of seconds shot to the bullies just to see their faces, like, you know, again, like in annoyance. I think that would have been really funny. But Shazam looked really cool in his costume. I really liked the costume. I thought it was really cool looking, and it suited you know, the whole sort of style and concept of the movie. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there is anything else I want to say. Yeah, I think really the downfall for me was really the villain, if I have to be honest, and it was a bit drawn out, you know, at the fairground scene in particular. I thought it was kind of funny though, the way the bullies were up on the Ferris wheel, and they were sort of like falling or whatever, and sort of getting their comeuppance worth sort of thing for being bullies, you know. But yeah, I just think that, you know, there was some downfalls. It wasn't perfect, but was it fantabulous? Was it brilliant? Was it awesome? Did it have me laughing from start to end? My stomach was so sore. I was in stitches. I thought as well the part at the fairground where they all sort of turned in to the superheroes, I thought that was very drawn out as well, and I don't know really if I liked that. Yes, I found it very comedic, yes, I found it very funny, but I don't know if I really did actually fully think that was amazing or anything. But what I did find funny was when he said, okay, all of you pretty much like say my name, and they're like, Billy Batson. He's like, no, Shazam! Oh my gosh. Do you know what, guys? Have I turned into a superhero? Hold on. I think I might have. Have I turned into a superhero, guys? Let me know in the comments. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have. Right, anyways, carrying on. So, I think that, yeah, there was funny moments at the end, but it was too drawn out. Did anyone else get that? I think they could have definitely shortened it by about to 15-20 minutes easily. Maybe did something else. Maybe did a longer extended version of the whole canteen thing with the bullies and the Superman thing. Yeah, 15 minutes of Superman would have been pretty cool. But anyways, there must be a reason why they didn't, guys. You know, I think it's obviously because we don't really know what's going on, like with Henry Cavill and Superman and who's going to be playing him. I don't know. But anyways, I think that there is things that they could have, you know, touched up and fixed, maybe some special effects and things like that as well. But overall, I'm going to be doing a new thing here on my channel, guys, where instead of giving a number out of 10, I have chose to use popcorn. So for this movie, I am going to give it an 8 out of 10. So I'm going to bring up 8 pieces of popcorn. So that's how I'm going to be doing it from now on. Let me know if you like this idea and if I should keep doing it for my reviews. I really hope that you enjoyed this review. Give it a like and please share it with your friends on whatever, you know, formation of social media that you might have. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you so, so much. And yeah, until my next video, don't forget that the Force will be with you always. Just kidding, guys, that is so freaky. Anyways, see you in my next video, guys. Bye!